Hi! Welcome to Talia's Pattern. In this video, I'm going to show you how to sew this simple yet sophisticated dress. It features a modest high V-neck neckline that makes a statement, complemented by flared cuff sleeves. This dress has fitted silhouette with a belted waist to accentuating your figure and enhance your shape. For the pattern, we'll be using my high V-neck fitted dress pattern that's available on Etsy. Check the link in the description box below. This pattern comes with a booklet containing how to do the pattern adjustment, fabric cutting layout, how to choose your right size, and more. Pattern arrangement, pattern adjustment, and fabric cutting tutorial videos are available. For the fabric, I suggest fabric with minimum to medium suppleness. You can use medium weight satin for formal look or cotton for more casual look. Here are the materials that you'll need. Here are all the pattern pieces. We have back pieces, front piece, sleeves, lining, and belt. We'll be using a 50% scale for some of the parts so you can see the whole process easier. We'll start with serging some of the parts as shown here. You can serge all the raw edges now if you want to. I like to serge them later. Try your best not to trim any of the fabric. If you don't have a serger, you can use a zigzag stitch on your sewing machine. At the corner of the slit, make a clip in 225-degree angle. Remember not to cut beyond the stitching line, just right before. If you're not sure where the stitching line is, you can draw it first. Here's the result. After that, fold the fabric of the back piece on the dart line and pin it down. Sew the back darts. At the bottom of the back piece, fold the edge of the slit to the wrong side 1 cm or the seam allowance and sew. Do this for the left and right piece. And then, sew the front and back facing or lining on the shoulder part right sides together, and then serge it. Next, we will sew the invisible zipper. There are multiple ways to sew an invisible zipper, so you can choose the method that works best for you. Mark a point 3 to 4 centimeters above the zipper stopper at the bottom on both the zipper and the fabric. This will serve as a guide for where the zipper will end. Mark the other side as well. Stack your back pieces with the right sides together with the wrong side facing up. Pin it together. Sew the back piece together, starting from the mark down to the slit. Remember that the seam allowance here is 1.2 cm for this side. Flip and match your marked left side zipper to the left side of the fabric. Do the basting stitch near the edge of the zipper before sewing it on the stitching line to prevent the zipper from moving. I use a regular zipper foot for this and switch into invisible zipper foot later. Sew it from the top of the zipper down to the mark we made earlier. Sew the zipper on the stitching line with invisible zipper foot, starting from the top, stopping at the mark. Pin down the other side of the zipper. Make sure they are even. Base stitch on the other side of the zipper starting from the bottom mark. Don't forget to pull the zipper back down to the bottom before base stitching, because if you don't, you're gonna have to do this and it's a bit difficult. Change your zipper into invisible zipper foot and sew. Pull the zipper up from behind. Zipper is done. Next, we're going to press the darts and the middle seam. Next, flip the fabric right side facing up. Prepare the slit and press. Draw a line on the upper part of the slit and sew. The slit is done. Let's move on to the front piece. We will do the dart first. Fold the dart, pin it, and sew the lines we made earlier. Tie a simple knot at the end of the thread on the buzz point twice. If there's an excess fabric, you can just trim it. Search the dart, seams, and press. We'll move on to the sleeves. Match the mark we made earlier and pin it down. Make a 1.5 cm on the marking and sew. This seam can be quite easily worn out, so make sure that you backstitch a few times to secure it. Next, we're going to hem the sleeves. If you prefer a different method to finish the hem, feel free to choose what works best for you. I opt for a rolled hem for this project because it provides a neat finish. You might need a rolled hem foot. You need to fold the edge as small as possible twice, wrong side up, and pin it down. Sew it like usual for a few stitches and then lift the foot while the needle is still in. And put the folded part with a tweezer into the roller part of the foot. Guide the fabric to the left and keep it in the roller. Keep guiding it. Next, we will join the shoulders together. Stack the front and back piece right sides together, pin it down and sew it. Draw a curved line on the facing or lining above the V shape. This adjustment makes it easier to turn the narrow V shape right side out later and ensures it lays flat. Pin the lining or the facing onto the body and sew. To avoid too much bulkiness, fold the excess fabric in the opposite direction. Clip the V-shape and other parts as necessary. Be careful not to cut beyond the stitching line. Sew the end of the lining to the zipper as close as to the zipper teeth as possible. Cut off the zipper excess and turn the lining over. Press the neckline. At the V point, you might want to spray some water to help it lay flat and reduce wrinkles. Next, we will attach the sleeves. Start by stacking the right sides together, pin it, and sew it like usual. If you prefer the satin sleeve, feel free to do what works best for you. And serge it before sewing the side seams. Sew the sides together and serge it. Start serging from the edge of the sleeve. Make the thread chain a little bit long before you start serging. Put the thread chain into the overlock stitch with loop turner. Hem the bottom of the dress. I also used rolled hem, following the same steps as for the sleeves. You can add a fabric glue to secure the V-point because this part is quite fragile. You can press it with a file clip to keep it secure until the glue is dry. Now let's sew the belt. Sew it right sides together and serge it after. Turn it right side out and press it. After that, fold the end of the belt 1 cm inwards and do a top stitch. Sewing is done! I really love how this dress turns out. This is one of my most favorite dresses I've ever made. Happy sewing!